Welcome back, everybody, to Battle of BC 5. In case you're just joining us, we're entering top 4 of doubles right now, Charles. I'm excited because not only does doubles give us a chance to see, some unique characters do well that maybe we haven't seen before, but also upsets just back to back to back to back. And this bracket really has been no exception.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, just off the top of my head, regions that are very strong at doubles, Mexico and Japan.
Yep.
Not too many of them in the winner's side of things for this top 4, so very interesting bracket has panned out. There is 3 Japanese teams in the loser side, and Spargo and Chag as well on the loser side of things, so that's going to be really exciting. We had a ton of upsets, and even some PNW teams came out to play, right?
Yeah, and as we get ready for this winner's finals, we're seeing Base Mage and Ouch, the PNW, PNW dream, man, making it to winner's finals, and then Meister and SkyJ on the other side of things. And I think something that, honestly, I've been seeing a lot more in doubles, and if you're familiar with PNW doubles, you'll know it a little bit more, but Incineroar doing well in doubles is a bit of a common occurrence here.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing is just Incineroar's placements in general in singles and doubles, but we know in doubles it gets so crazy because when you can just pass to this Incineroar that does so much damage on hit and just has so many hard-hitting moves, it's just going to have so much value to it, right? Especially with the Game & Watch, you're just controlling so much space preemptively with up airs, nairs.
Yeah, you're 100% right, and I think what we see with both of these teams is characters that can do an effective job passing into those big hits. Jigglypuff is another character like that where Wolf, has the back air, but maybe not all the kill power all the time. Otherwise, can pass for that rest. Game Watch can do the same with Incineroar, and that's why these teams are doing so well. And as the game gets more hectic, the stocks just start to melt, man.
Yeah, that was 88% on Ouch, but Ouch returning the favor with the flash, and this edge guard might be completed. So hard to edge guard Game Watch, and just as they say it, Game Watch gets back on the stage here, but what a back and forth for this game 1.
Yeah, man, and honestly, we've seen that Alolan Whip coming out of Incineroar. Such a good move at breaking up the tension and breaking up those 2v1 situations with a huge hit. The back air coming out from SkyJ, killing Jigglypuff from both center stage at 120, and now a very, very light stock advantage, and we're back to 4 of these.
Oh, but SkyJ's off stage. Okay, Meister immediately coming through, breaking up that pressure there. Now everyone at 2 stocks apiece, but SkyJ just bleeding a little bit more here. We'll see how Red Team can try to get through this damage deficit. Still off stage. SkyJ's still going to make it back on the stage and also knocking the Jigglypuff away. Yeah,
good attempt from Base Mage, but the timing just not there on the down smash. And now SkyJ having another opportunity to go a little bit wild with this Incineroar. And honestly, we've been seeing Meister and SkyJ do a really, really good job just at the start of this, kind of maintaining what feels like that center stage.
Yeah.
There have been back and forth opportunities for both the teams, and honestly taking the first stock off SkyJ there, but it feels like they've been holding the center for most of the time, and I mean, if that's not the Game & Watch Classic, I don't know what is.
Yeah, Meister definitely did about 3 up smashes, 4 up smashes in a row, but strategically placed, and eventually one of them hit. Base Mage was unfortunately the got hit by one of them, and Jigglypuff being so light, gonna go ahead and take that stock. So 3 stocks apiece here. Ouch, the tank, and Meister the tank on each side. Oh, wow, maybe this game coming through, but great assistance coming out from SkyJ.
Wait, did that kill Meister?
Yeah,
the suplex slam hit Meister off the ledge.
There's so many different hitboxes for Incineroar, and so many weird things too, like the Alolan Whip having armor, and even some of the throws having hitboxes as well. Forward throw, back throw. There's so much you have to respect here, but look at the damage output Meister putting on the hurt with these up air combos.
Yeah, and that's so tough when you're as floaty as Jigglypuff, and now Base Mage is in a very tough spot because, quite frankly, Incineroar can breathe on you at this percent, and your stock's as good as gone, and so Ouch is going to need to do a good job of kind of maintaining that frontward presence and allow Base Mage to live a little longer, because I imagine as soon as this turns into a 2v1, it becomes near impossible.
Oh, Revenge is locked and loaded here. Man, so many places you could have gone there, and that was great on SkyJ, just positioning low and had the double jump and reacted to the DI. In teams, you can do weird stuff like DI up or DI down to kind of throw off some of the follow-ups there, but not going to work on SkyJ here. But here's the Chef, the follow-up, no, but SkyJ, look, on that platform, just ready to cover both recoveries here.
And you can tell these guys are a little used to dubs. Every now and again, you'll get teams where they both want to go in or they give up those 2v1 situations. You can tell these guys are in the winner's final side of things for a reason. They've got the coverage figured out. They've got the platform placement with the Chef figured out. And now, ouch, it feels almost inevitable until the key comes out and ends that game.
The one-button edge guard coming out from Meister very skillfully. Gonna position that bacon. And you know what's crazy? It's crazy that that move, it doesn't stale if you just keep like holding and mashing the B button. As long as you're on that first rep,
Wait, it's still the first rep?
It doesn't stale. All those bacon pieces will do the same amount of damage. It does quite a bit. So obviously very good for ledge trap, very consistent for that ledge trapping or edge guarding / two framing. Meister abusing that, and then also having the awareness and knowledge. No double jump, goes for the down air. The percent's so high, right?
Yeah.
So Meister, I'm going to go ahead and seal that one out. But like you mentioned earlier, the main thing about doubles, and it's weird about doubles too, because usually you're like, oh, okay, someone that has my playstyle, I probably want to team with them.
Yeah.
But no, that is you actually want someone that in a scramble scenario, you never want to pick the same option as your teammate, right? Because
absolutely.
you never, when you're next to each other, then you both can't swing.
Yeah.
Or if one of you swing, the other person has to shield, right?
Yeah.
So you also, when you team with someone, you want someone that kind of picks the other option from you, like a little bit of opposites, right?
Yeah, and I think we're seeing that come out really well, especially on the side of Meister and SkyJ. We saw SkyJ was actually the one a lot of the times holding back a little bit while Meister was at the ledge there, just waiting to catch the second option that came out. And especially when Meister was getting edge guarded and stuff like that, that's when SkyJ comes in with those big hits or comes in with the Alolan whips and uses that little bit of armor to separate it. But it seems like both of these guys are very comfortable with when their turn is, even amongst each other.
All right, so back. Now we're going to Final Destination. This is, even in singles, one of the most volatile stages you can pick, right? Especially against characters that have good juggling, and most of these characters on the screen are going to have that. So especially with two characters on the screen as well, like Nair, up air, Game Watch is going to be very effective here. But we'll see what Ouch and Base Mage have cooking up for this counter pick.
Yeah, they might think that just with the combination of Wolf and Jigglypuff that the juggling might be a little better, but that airspace belongs to no one but SkyJ, and Base Mage's going to lose a stock early from that up smash. The edge guard opportunity comes out, but Base Mage is now in a very tough spot.
Is that no double jump? Okay, SkyJ able to make it back, perhaps. The up B barely snapping after that Alolan whip. Great recovery, taking quite a bit of damage, but honestly, for the red team, you got quite a bit of lead because they already got that first stock off of Base Mage, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's really big on the side of these guys. But Ouch actually able to find an up air very high on the stage to take the stock off Meister, and SkyJ answering right back with the Alolan whip. And dude, it just seems like SkyJ is so good at finding these big hits, and in doubles, that can be the difference maker between your team winning and losing. It's just who is able to find the stock, sub 100, sub 120.
It's all about trading efficiently, like you said, right? And SkyJ, there's so many situations where Meister will get his stock taken, but SkyJ's there to return the favor. And I mean, when Incineroar is returning the favor and the single jab, and just like that, the rest, the equalizer here. Oh, but the dash attack from SkyJ, and right now, Base Mage already on the last stock.
And something crazy, not even crazy, but just kind of good doubles fundamentals that we've been seeing is when they have one player from either team off stage, they've been actually doubling up on the player who is still on stage. If they've been using those opportunities to take stocks, and we saw both teams actually do it there on the last two stocks, taking those stocks while it was 2v1. And again, it's just those doubles fundamental. It's a little different than singles. It's not always what you expect, but it matters just as much.
Oh, and look at that SkyJ making sure the bodyguard of that situation after the berry secure that stock. 3 stocks to 2. I mean, considering the lead that the red team had in the beginning, really good job from Ouch and Base Mage bringing this one back to, somewhat doable here. The edge guard on to SkyJ.
Jump, that's it, man.
Yeah. And that was a combo off the fair into the nair from the down air. So incredible 3-piece off stage right there. And Base Mage knew there was no jump, so it was guaranteed.
Yeah, that is such good knowledge on the side of Base Mage, and if you're back in this game, you can't ask for more than that. That's such an early stock on Incineroar, who's been living to those 130, 140%. Another opportunity. SkyJ has been letting that up B rip high a lot, and so I think, Base Mage is probably going to start looking to intercept it a little bit higher than just at the ledge, because he has been trading kind of unfavorably with that, but the actual situation has been pretty similar.
Okay, it's been center stage control the whole time here for the blue team, and just like that, the counter pick working out, but now it's a 1v1. Ouch gets the punish, gets the tech, the flash to the ledge here. Oh, okay, tries to go for the high back air, another back air connects. It's gonna be rough.
And this is so much back and forth from these guys, hit for hit, trying to find an opening, trying to find the big opportunity in the side B. Could have been punished a little bit harder, and actually calls out the up B, but misses the nair, and now stuck with no invincibility at the ledge, and SkyJ he gets that every single time. And Meister and SkyJ going up 2-0 against Aus and BaseMage in a game that frankly felt like it shouldn't have been close at all.
Yeah. BaseMage was playing that front line, got anti-aired by the up smash. Very clutch from SkyJ, clutching out that 2v1,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
And man, that was such a heartbreaker because that nair from Ouch was the correct play.
It was.
He just had to commit a little farther out, and that would have been the stock. But just a little miscalculation, and just like that, the situation can flip so fast in Ultimate, right? Like you said, because Ouch missed the nair, didn't really have intangibility on that regrab, the down tilt into the fair, that's going to be a wrap. But we'll see if they can clutch it out here. Game 3, maybe make this reverse 3-0 a possibility. I like that they're bringing it back to Final Destination. Yeah. Even though they didn't have the lead the entire time, they're able to really, on that very last stock, get a bunch of clutch plays here.
Yeah, and actually it felt like the FD pick was a little nice for Ouch in terms of just finding those early stocks on Meister, because that's actually what kept them in the game in the first place.
Yeah.
And then the late early stock onto SkyJ is what kept them in it as well. And the Gimp on both sides of things means that one stock is going to be gone for both teams very, very quickly. One on the side of Ouch and one on the side of SkyJ. And the hits right now, man, it's almost 2 1v1s happening right now.
Yeah. And one thing that I really want to see from BaseMage has been getting these Gimps onto the Incineroar.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're going to see that come into play a lot more often as we go on through the set. And on top of that, BaseMage has been losing some stocks at earlier percents. That's going to happen with Puff, right there.
Yeah.
That's quite early. But we'll see if BaseMage can be a little bit more evasive. It's a little tough because BaseMage is clearly playing the front line, right?
And yeah, SkyJ actually just losing another stock as well, meaning he's actually already on his last stock.
Yeah, I'm taking 50 at that on the last stock already into the flash. Confirm off stage. Ouch, going to go for the low flash to the ledge, avoiding that Meister down air. Back here, almost going to. SkyJ still on the hunt, but now BaseMage with the punish. Wow, that directional air dodge made it back.
I mean, that was such good awareness from all the players.
Yeah.
Even to drift out there from Ouch to avoid the side B from BaseMage coming in to try and intercept from SkyJ actually recovering in the first place, and Ouch ends up being the one who comes out on the bottom side of that interaction. But BaseMage now has SkyJ in an unfamiliar spot, and that's the high up B I was talking about.
Yeah.
It's been happening over and over again, and speak it into existence, BaseMage was paying just as much attention as we were and takes that stock out. Now, Meister somehow becoming the stock tank as his BaseMage.
Yeah, and I feel like one thing I really want to see from the blue team is just a switch up on who's playing frontline as well. Oh, wow, very aggressive offstage here. Oh, but the directional air dodge is punished, but BaseMage survives, and SkyJ goes so far offstage. It's Incineroar that's going offstage against Jigglypuff.
It's not always what you expect, man, but BaseMage getting a little bit greedy for that Game & Watch Edgeguard, going a little deep, using a few too many jumps. SkyJ more than ready to punish, and now the rest actually comes out, and Ouch is there for the assist, so only a down throw punish coming out on the side of Meister, and the stocks very, very even.
Great awareness from Meister because they couldn't afford to trade, but Ouch does not get the recovery right on that very last up B. Just a tad bit short, not going to be able to grab the ledge here. We'll see if BaseMage can clutch it out to force the game 4, but man, everything is looking grim for the blue team right now.
Oh, the mistech, the jab log actually not secured, so the armor from up B is going to allow SkyJ back to the stage. And
is that it at 77?
Oh. What?
Jigglypuff got obliterated there. That move is so strong.
There's no way. I was like, he's got another 10% on him, surely.
This cat, man.
Surely,
this cat is strong.
Surely.
The title belt, man. This cat's got the title belt.
There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt. He's the world champ for a reason, brother.
Wow, so 3-0, winners finals.
Jigglypuff looking like just another jabroni as these guys.
Yeah, and you know what? Every single game just felt so doable for the PNW team, man. It was so close, but there's just a tad bit of just interaction not going the way they wanted to. But we're going to go into some replays here. Check out this 3-0, close 3-0 at that. But it was just the red team able to clutch it up every single time on that last stock.
Yeah, and I mean, it was over and over and over again, right? Especially, both SkyJ and Meister having their moments for those big stocks, able to take them out. That was so good. Off the throw combo, the coverage here, again, you can tell these guys are practiced. You can tell that they came here looking to win and that they had a game plan in mind. And honestly, that's kind of what the difference ends up being in those clutch situations, is how calm, how collected, how familiar you are with a lot of these situations that you don't run into very commonly.
Yeah, and I think the way SkyJ already Meister covers so much options as Game & Watch. Again, like things like Chef or up air or nair preemptively just covers a lot of space.
Yeah,
It's what makes the character very strong and relevant in the meta. But you see where SkyJ positions himself around Meister. It's like, oh, every time you go around Meister's up smash or around Meister's nair or up air, you're falling into the clutches of Incineroar that hits even harder, and SkyJ was able to put so many nairs, so many up smashes, so many back airs, or even like forward tilts that just were able to seal out the stocks. And it was so hard to navigate around this team, especially in that advantage state. So really great stuff. And you can only do that if you understand the character as much as your own character, right? So SkyJ obviously knows a lot about Game Watch, has to fight against Meister in singles all the time. So incredible team.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And I think part of it too is, one of the struggles that Incineroar has in singles is just how slow he is, right?
Right.
You don't actually hear people saying, Incineroar's hitboxes suck, right? Or Incineroar's normals are bad. They're really good. And so in the doubles format, when you have someone to kind of mitigate that speed issue and you are relegated, like you say, to kind of that air control duty or kind of that coverage duty, Incineroar's hitbox are actually very, very strong at that.
Oh, yeah. And again, we're just talking about two characters that cover a ton of space, right?
Yeah.
But the PNW Dream Team are still in the tournament. They're going to be waiting in the losers final. So we're going to jump over to losers semis, right? Yeah,
the losers semis side of things. And as far as I know, those matches were still going on when winners finals was happening. So
oh, the losers quarters?
Yeah, we're not too privy as to exactly what happened, but
before we can
do that.
Yeah, while we're waiting for that, we're just going to throw it over to our good friends at Fresh Cut. So check this out.
Hey, you still don't have a Fresh Cut app? What are you waiting for, Nintendo to make one? I mean, you've seen the clips, right? Wrong answer. Show them. Want to see more? Fresh Cut!
Yeah, that's me.
All right, we have checked the bracket very briefly, and you may have got spoiled a little bit from the voices in the background, but Akola and Mia on one side of things, MK Leo and Big Boss on the other side. So the Mexican kind of doubles Dream Team versus the Japan Dream Team coming to fruition in this losers finals.
Yeah, and I mean, MK Leo and Big Boss just a staples when it comes to double. Honestly, a big surprise that we didn't see them in winners finals. I believe it was the PNW team that took them out in the winner's side. So very impressive W there, but we'll see if MK Leo and Big Boss can bring it back in the loser side of things. But you got quite the task to take out Akola and Mia, the two best players, or the two highest ranked players in Japan.
Yeah. And I mean, Mia's results lately have been just impressive after impressive. And as we say that, the stock taken off of Mia very, very quickly. Doubles a bit of a different beast. And we were kind of talking about it beforehand where we weren't totally sure how much the Japanese guys play doubles. You were saying they're very, very popular in Smash 4, but some of the big events like Kagaribi don't necessarily have doubles. And
right. They focus on just running that singles bracket as efficient as possible,
It's interesting to see where these guys come out of, and especially with Akola being kind of one of the new blood players, how they kind of get used to Game & Watch and Steve in this format.
Yeah, I mean, even Mia very young as a player, so both of these players, young prodigies, with their characters as well. And it's always interesting to see someone else be successful with a character that has already had success. And oh my goodness, what a conversion. The Rob up air into the Pyra up air. Okay, going to break things up. But yeah, now we're seeing multiple Game & Watches have success in singles and doubles, right, with Mia joining the fray with Meister. So it brings up a lot of topics. In Japan, actually, there's a lot of Japanese players that think Game & Watch is top 5, which is an unpopular opinion in North America, right?
No, they're like right. They're right. Let them have it. Honestly, let them have it. They know something we don't. Let them have it. That being said, man, the one stock advantage coming in for the Mexican team on this side of things, and the breakup from MK Leo actually could have been devastating on the side of Mia, and on the other side of things, Big Box actually able to take the stock off of Akola. Footstool down air, though, not quite enough. But, dude, there's been quite a bit of a lead built up here, especially as Big Boss has just formed this wall at the ledge for MK Leo to recover from.
Oh, but Mia actually messes up the up smash, and because of that, Big Boss going to live another day with the stock and also get the up air. That was such a unfortunate communication error.
Oh my god. And that was wrong thing after wrong thing,
Yes,
unfortunately.
yes.
The smash attack into the Game & Watch down smash, into the trade on the Nair that sent the perfect angle for Rob to get the up air.
The reflector with side B. Okay, Big Boss covering multiple options there. That was also covering drift to the right neutral air dodge, and then you had Leo covering the left side. Perfect advantage state, 2v1, and like you said, when we get to this part of the bracket, you are going to see that in spades.
Yeah. I mean, that was flawless. How fast was that game, man?
That was quick.
that was every single advantage state, every single situation where they could have. A stock was taken.
Yeah.
The advantage was pushed to the max. The game knowledge, just to go for the side B there, man.
Yeah,
So smart on the side of Big Boss. These guys are looking hungry to get into that losers final side of things.
They want the run back. They want the run back against the PNW Dream
man.
Team. Ouch and Base Mage waiting in the losers finals to fight the victor of this set here. MKLeo and Big Boss starting things off. Taking the first game, but, you know, it's only the first game. We'll see what adjustments we can make here if you are Team Japan, Akola and Mia.
And something we didn't even see that game was how crazy Rob's up throw is in doubles.
Oh, yeah.
we didn't even get a chance to get a piece of that, but yeah, due to the iframes on Rob's up throw and how long it takes, Leo will actually be able to up air or up smash Rob's up throw while just hitting the person that he grabbed, which is just pure
Because of the throw
insanity.
intangibility.
Yeah,
And same thing with the down throw as well. The down throw animation takes so long that we'll see Leo do Pyra forward smash, right?
Yeah.
But the edge guard coming through, and that is going to be the one and only weakness here for Pyra and Mithra. And definitely getting abused here. Leo going to be the first one to lose a stock.
Yeah, a bit of a change up from the last game where Team Japan was the first to lose a stock, and these big hits are still absolutely being thrown out from the side of MKLeo and Big Boss. They're just not ringing as true as they were last game, but now looking for something. Akola manages to fight his way off the platform as Mia starts to juggle on the other side of things.
Oh, but the edge guard, okay.
Oh!
But Big Boss is the one that gets down smash while trying to cover Leo's recovery. Leo does end up getting back on stage, so maybe could be worth here. But still, look at 3 stocks apiece here for the red side. Leo securing the Mia stock with the jab, though.
Why is that jab kill, man?
Yeah.
Riddle me this. Riddle me
It's
this.
really strong. Really strong for ledge trapping, especially when you can set it up, right? I mean, Pyra, not going to be the greatest in neutral, but when you can set up Pyra for these ledge traps after winning neutral with the Mithra, that's where the character becomes so strong. But the berry, the forward smash, and Big Boss wasn't really in a position to interrupt that.
No, and you could tell he definitely tried. He tried to get there, noticed how dire that situation was, but I mean, that Game & Watch Bury to F Smash is such a strong tool, and these stocks have been flying very early, almost the mirror image of what we saw last game where Mia and Akola have been able to hold on to their stocks for longer than expected and just take so many early ones.
Yeah, what happened? I mean, it maybe just that snowball effect for the blue team not happening, and now Akola being able to sit back, mine some resources right while Mia is covering that front. It seems like Mia is always the one that's down to play that front and center role for the red team, while Akola gets some resources mined up in the back. The iron, the diamond looking like trying to come online.
It can be really tricky too, especially doubles where the momentum can be so huge, and we're seeing it even swing a little bit here where it looked like this game was fully in favor of Akola and Mia, and actually the stocks are now even. The percents, mind you, far from it, but with how early stocks have been lost and how early they were lost a couple of times in the last game, it's very reasonable for this to start looking like a comeback.
And wow, you can tell Mia's so comfortable around these resources. Okay, we're in the box.
Oh my gosh! He actually said, "You need help?"
Yeah.
There's a wall, man. Get away! Get away! He's in jail.
Especially when both Mia and Akola are backed into a corner, Akola will set a wall behind them. It's like, all right, don't worry, we got the safety net of the tech. You know what I mean? So Mia knowing how to operate around that forward air, gonna catch that ledge hang. Mia's so good at using that forward air.
Yeah, and unfortunately MKLeo actually killed Big Boss there, and now Big Boss
gets saved with up air!
And Mia actually saves Big Boss on the other side of things, and he gets back to stage.
What an off-stage scramble coming through, but look at all this damage getting racked up on Big Boss. Game & Watch and Damage, they're best friends.
There's no doubt about that, and after such a great situation, you almost think the comeback is inevitable, but as MKLeo loses that stock with 3 now on the Japanese team, this is so challenging for Big Boss to come back from the up smash. Not fast enough to beat the jab out of shield, and now stuck at the ledge is Big Boss.
Gotta get through a lot of things. The anvil, the chef. Oh, trying to get that up smash, but the eject button, that up B, such a speedy scramble option, even out of shield for Game & Watch as well. Got the top in hand, but the minecart to the dome is going to close it out. And a very dominating game number 2 coming out from Akola and Mia.
Yeah, man. I mean, that, like I said, almost a mirror image of the last game where they looked pretty much in full control almost the entire time. You know, there was a point when the stocks were even, but just taking those stocks so much earlier, more consistently that game, they looked really, really good. And even as Big Boss played catch with himself a little bit at the end there, we saw the gyro rebound to himself. I mean, the minecart was coming in fast and furious. And so 1-1, a very tricky game 3 to call if you're on our side of things, just because both games looked very, very comfortable for both teams, and I can't help but wonder if it's kind of that momentum thing where the first couple stocks are taken and you start feeling a little better, you start cooking a little harder, and that just kind of snowballs until the end of the game. I'm interested to see if the people taking the first stock this game end up to be the ones on top.
Yeah, and Steve can be such a snowball character, right? When you're thinking about any character that kind of scales over time or just scales up and becomes more powerful, the more resources you get. The diamond already online within the first 15 seconds. So, I mean, we'll see if Akola is going to have a chance to go ahead and craft the diamond, but at fairly low percent, so I wouldn't be surprised if Akola goes ahead and crafts the diamond for this first stock, or maybe we'll see him save it for that second stock.
I mean, that was a really interesting game plan from the side of Mia and Akola. They basically, there it is, man. They basically sacrificed 57% on Mia through the double combo for Mia to get the diamond, or for Akola to get the diamond. It's basically
Mia the true homie. I'll 2v1 just so you get diamond.
He said, I got you, brother. I'm going to take this damage. It's worth it. Unfortunately, proving maybe not to be worth it just as much as you thought. Mia losing that stock fairly early. The down throw F smash that we were talking about earlier, such a strong tool. And now Akola deep off stage is able to find that back air, and Steve, just gets back from anywhere.
Oh, but Akola going for a greedy roll in, and Big Boss had the charge ready on that up smash, but here comes the damage on the Big Boss, getting hit by a lot of things here, but going to stabilize.
Yeah, and MK Leo actually getting a lot of value out of this Pyra Mithra stock at 135, and now 44% onto Akola. The 1v1s have been chosen. Big Boss against Mia and Akola against MK Leo. Akola with the up smash is going to come out with that stock and even things up right as Big Boss puts it back in their favor. And
I love that coming out from Leo, going for the Nair and just instantly punishing a match by going for a roll. Gets the foresight here. Doesn't get a lot of damage, but it's the small things, especially when it comes to shield pressuring against Steve here. We'll see it's 4 stocks to 3. It is the blue team that's had the lead pretty much this entire time. Leo, like you said, just really made that stock count in the beginning, right?
And it's interesting, it looks to me like the Mexican team is kind of trying to get those 1v1s to happen a little bit. Yeah. It looks like Big Boss is very comfortable playing against the Game & Watch, perhaps Meister experience coming through, but it looks like, they're trying to get Big Boss playing against Mia, and they're trying to get Leo playing against Akola when they can, and they look very comfortable in those situations, even as Big Boss loses that stock.
Ooh, is it going to be enough? No, Meister, or Mia living very long there. Sorry, getting mixed up there. Yeah, it's interesting too because Meister and Mia have made top 4 in this bracket with the Game & Watch, showing off the character in the doubles format. Oh, here's the down throw and the down smash, man.
Oh, but MK Leo does sacrifice his life for that one, and so 1 stock apiece. If they're able to take Akola out fairly quickly here, this could swing very heavily in the favor of the Mexican squad, but Big Boss is not exactly healthy himself.
Okay, just goes for the retreating up B, and that's going to be it. It sounded like a forward smash there.
Yeah, it was.
And that is the Akola special there. Knows exactly when and where to place these forward smashes. You don't see them often, but when they come out, they usually hit.
And not only was it a forward smash, it was on a whiff nair. He literally just stood there, watched him nair, and just let it rock, man. It's just, the confidence out of this kid is almost unmatched.
All right, well, the left side locked down here. No one's gonna get their stock taken on that side. Have to concentrate on the right side. Look at how long those blocks last as well. Jeez.
Yeah, if they're not the wood blocks, they actually last forever. And the minecart trying to catch it. The block making it so the down air doesn't set up, but Mia able to secure the back air. And the kind of the pattern we saw was defied a little bit where the Mexican squad looked to be in control of a lot of that game, and just that F smash onto Big Boss on that whiff nair, almost like a moment you don't even think about, right?
Right.
Oh,
right.
I whiffed a nair as Rob. whatever. That happens all the time.
Yeah,
literally
I can,
all the
that's
time.
the move I mash, right?
Yeah,
like, everyone's characters, they have the move that they can just mash,
that they
and
just press.
you should be safe,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And so it's weird to think of that as kind of like the TSN turning point of that game, but when Akala found that F smash, I mean, it's the difference maker, man. And I think we see it time and time again, especially as we get later in these doubles brackets. Once we get to the 2v1s, it is so hard to win them.
At this point of the bracket, especially the players we have in attendance at this tournament, it's very, very difficult to win the 2v1, even if they're at higher percents, just because as long as someone can get one type of opening, the 2v1 advantage state is so powerful. And I mean, look at the characters we have on the screen too. Like, all these characters are extremely broken. So not only is their advantage state probably already crazy, but you have two really broken characters advantage state on you. It's just going to be almost impossible if executed correctly, right?
You have characters covering 4 options and then another character covering the 5th and 6th, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
really,
And maybe the 7th. Like, who knows, right?
It's actually insane. And the wall on the side of the stage there actually saving Mia's life from an F smash what looked like twice. And I mean, when it happens for Steve, it's great. When it happens for Steve and his teammate, I'm getting a little annoyed at the very least.
It's a bit concerning. It is very strong, obviously, and like we said, all these characters have some concerning tools, right? That's what makes them strong in the game. So it's great to see all the players come through, and especially when you use it for your teammate as well. That's when we see the creativity of doubles, right? And
absolutely.
It is so clear that Mia is very comfortable and knows what Steve is going to do, and knows how to take advantage of the blocks, because Mia has to have used those blocks against Akala in tournament, right?
Not only that, but we've actually been seeing Mia play Steve in a couple of Japanese locals here and there lately. So he's actually
Mia knows.
familiar with the character as well. He knows, man. He knows. He's a knower.
You got to know which characters you want to invest to in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's a game of stocks.
It definitely is. I mean, Mia, as far as I know, is a DK player in Smash 4, so I mean, he's been a knower, man. he's been a knower. The down smash coming out and securing MK Leo's stock on the back end of things. And so 4 stocks apiece for each team. The percentage on the Japanese squad a little bit higher, but Big Boss far from healthy, and we've seen stocks fly at every single one of these percents. Like you were saying, the kill power on all of these characters is just insane, and how fast and how consistently Akala has been having Diamond makes those stray hits just that much stronger.
Oh, is it enough? No, Akala staying alive here. The up air is going to find the mark, and that was, now the stocks are just flying all over the place. Can you get the edge guard, Mia? And the question, or the answer is absolutely. Catching the directional air dodge to the ledge, well-placed bomb, and Mia's offstage. Any character that can just vertically burst upwards is going to be so strong off stage. We see it with Sonic. We see it with Game & Watch, right? You can cover low. You see your opponent covering high, and then you go to the other with the down air.
And that is so big from Big Boss. To take that stock off at about 50% means that Mia has to take the stock from Akala, who is at 134. This is a huge opportunity to come back to the F smashes.
Call in the F smashes. We need the W. We need this dub. We got to close it out.
The emergency F smash actually isn't what does the job, but the down tilt from Game & Watch is, and now a 1v1 on this side of things. MK Leo, someone we associate with being familiar with Game & Watch, but Mia, a bit of a different beast on this side of things.
Yeah, and I think that's something everyone wants to see in singles bracket too, right?
Absolutely.
Mia versus Team Mexico, because they're so familiar with the Game & Watch, right? And Mia is that up-and-coming Game & Watch, if you will.
Yeah, if you want to call it up and coming.
It has been up there for a while at this point, right?
It came up. That being said, MK Leo seems to be getting the better of this 1v1, but you said it earlier, it's a game of stocks, man, and there's few characters in the game who can take stocks as early as Game & Watch, especially against a character with a bit of a poorer recovery, so you can't rest on your laurels too much, but I feel like MK Leo is not the guy to do that.
Yeah, and right now, Leo abusing the lack of range from Game & Watch, but huge opening with this forward air. It is a lot harder to get those fair openings just because that forward air not going to have that activity, right? You can just swing a hitbox, you can defuse that forward air, and just like that, Leo defusing that game number 4, forcing the game 5 situation, and a very clutch of Leo. And you saw at that point, usually you see neutral with the Mithra, but Leo's like, okay, I'm just going to go sword character mode, right? Got the Pyra, I got really Pyro's going to have the longer hitboxes, more active hitboxes. So there are some situations where you can just rock it out with the Pyro and just play that classic sword character in Smash, and it works out.
Yeah, and I think it's so interesting too, because when you think of like sword character and you kind of go to like Marth or Lucina or whatever, you think kind of spacing with fair F tilt. Leo's out there spacing with down air. We saw over and over again using that down air hitbox to actually space out the Game & Watch, and I think that's a really unique adaptation of just how Leo's using this Pyro Mythra in a way that kind of lets him play with the flexibility that he's used to, because the Pyro forward air and the Pyro back air, while really good moves, aren't really those spacing tools that you're used to.
Right, and down air is a pretty big sweep. I also love how Leo uses down air with Mythra as well. I think Mythra down air is a very underrated move, and I'd love to see more Aegis players kind of utilize that, especially at 0 to 10%. You can combo the dare into things like grab and stuff like that, which is your main combo starters, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot of kind of weird stuff, and it might be underexplored just because you're not used to it, but going high in the sky means that both stocks are going to be gone, man, and that down air F smash hasn't come out too often, but when it does, man, it hits like an absolute ton of bricks. And Team Japan, early stocks locked off the back of an incredible play from MKLeo and Big Boss.
Yeah, and you just saw after one player on the red team got KO'd immediately, the 2v1 came through, and it was the optimal 2v1 punch, the down throw into the Pyro forward smash. Like you said, I don't think it gets better than that, right?
No, it definitely does not, but Leo in a bit of a tricky spot off stage. The high recovery actually gets him back pretty much scot-free, and now Mia trying to find this up smash at the ledge. The timing so good on that neutral getup, and not too much damage done here, but that up air was DI'd incorrectly by Oculus, so 88% is that stock loss.
Yeah, very confusing. Usually if you start on the left side there, I mean, Big Boss was drifting to the left there, but ended up getting the cross-up and maybe kind of catching Akola off guard on the DI, but nonetheless, that is a huge W. Steve, a lot heavier than you think. I used to think Steve was a light character because just makes sense. It should be light.
I told you
Steve,
he was.
Steve is pretty heavy.
Yeah, so Sakurai made it sound like he was, I'll tell you that much.
He was really convincing, honestly. And then I looked at the chart and the numbers. I was like, hey,
oh my gosh, that laser from Big Boss was so
insane.
Leo was too deep off stage to recover without a jump. Big Boss also off stage, the wherewithal to laser, and he loses his stock for it anyway, but the only reason MKLeo has this stock at all is because of that play from Big Boss.
Wow, and look at the survivability. Leo DIing in, getting that tech onto the stage, getting back on the stage. Here's the forward smash. For one special. Give me everything. The best possible situation, and this almost seems impossible with Mia. Getting that up B. We talked about the 2v1. At least it's one stock apiece instead of 3, right?
I want to see a 9.
Oh, the 9?
I want to see a 9.
The faded 9?
He's going to let it rock. He's definitely going to let it rock.
You have to at this point, right?
You have to. You absolutely have to. I mean, Big Boss and MKLeo have looked really, really good in the 2v1 so far, so I don't imagine that they give this one up, but, I mean, he knows. He knows it's time. It's primed. It's ready. The 8 came out. We can count.
Okay.
Okay, don't give him
even
that
a bucket,
either. Don't give him that either. That's the loose condition.
Ooh, the spot dodge. I like that.
What
but
is
Mia
this?
coming through with all the forward airs in the world. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what was that? What was it? The up B? Was that the knockback? What?
Is that the worst DI we've ever?
I don't know.
Man,
maybe he snuck in a up air before, like after the up B. I'm not too sure. Oh, there's the down air. Now it's a 1v1 situation. We talked about how hard the 2v1s is, but Mia is pulling it off, and it could be the way he clutches game 5. That'd be absolutely insane.
Yeah, he gets the run back from the last game. MKLeo and Mia in this 1v1 once again. The down tilt, 2 frames at the ledge. The air dodge on the side B will allow him to get back, but he's got no invincibility, and he goes high, which allows him to get back with the key. MKLeo
stage.
Goes deep, but MKLeo a little too wary. The forward throw will get Mia back off stage, and the jab from Pyro will do it at this percent, but he goes back to the Mythra.
Yeah, maybe just going to search for a Mythra up smash or the up air. Wow, down tilt up air might be enough very soon.
Yeah, I imagine it actually probably is at this percent. The neutral B will also kill. The up smash will also kill. The up tilt up air will also kill.
Broken.
I mean,
I'll confirm at 160. Up tilt into up air. It's just so funny the percentage ranges that Leo just understands and knows this character, right? It's like, okay, so 100 to 150, I can get you with something pyro-oriented. Oh, you're at 150? Let me just get you with a broken, like, quick, snappy confirm, right? Like a down tilt into up air or up tilt up air. Amazing stuff from Leo. And, I mean just stopping the rampage that was Mia, because Mia had so much momentum in that scenario, right?
Mean, that stock was kind of unlike anything I've ever seen Game & Watch do. The up B to kill Rob off the top right corner at 70.
Yeah, and Rob is heavy.
Yeah, Rob is heavy.
I still don't even know what happened in that situation. I don't know if Big Boss died from the knockback of up B or if Mia was able to sneak in one more move. Everything just happened so quick.
My best guess is maybe he took the up B knockback and then hit a button that put him in the blast zone.
Right, or it was maybe DIing out or some kind of suspect DI, right?
Yeah,
in that weird scramble.
Maybe suspect DI, or maybe he like back aired and it like body shifted him in the blast zone, right? Like that happened. But I mean, like that by no means should have been as close as it was. The MK Leo and Big Boss close it out anyway, and it's actually in two 1v1 situations from MK Leo looking like we thought very, very strong against the Game & Watch.
Yeah, that was, I mean, the closest set we've seen so far in top 4. I'm hoping we get some more of those, last stock, last hit game 5s. It was a very exciting set. And the best part, too, is like we're just seeing the regional representation as well, right? Japan, Team Japan coming through along with their 2 highest ranked players as well. So really sick to see them come through. Their run does end at 4th place. But, man, a crazy tournament to say that Akola and Mia getting 4th. You would expect even a couple placements higher, right?
Yeah. And I mean, it's crazy when we consider top 3 now as we get into that side of things. 2 of the teams completely like full Mexican teams.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Meister SkyJ in grand finals on the winner's side of things. MK Leo Big Boss coming into the loser's side of things. I mean, it's very reasonable that we see at all Mexico grand finals, which I mean, come on, man.
Wouldn't be too much of a surprise. I mean, Mexico's such a strong region at doubles. They definitely pride themselves at how
they're strong
good they
at
are
singles
doubles
too, man. All these guys
they're just really good.
Straight up demons, man.
Yeah. Such a strong and powerful region. But of course, Japan has also been in the talks in terms of strongest region as well. So really sick to see. And then in the thick of it, we have PNW. All just waiting in losers final. So it could be the battle of BC Power Up, right? The PNW Power Up coming through.
I don't think Base Mage is PNW. Correct me if is Base Mage not from Arizona?
Yeah, not PNW, but
it's just out. So, but Base Mage.
Well, we'll still paint it PNW.
Yeah.
Shouts to PNW.
Base Mage comes to a lot of the Oregon and the Washington event.
Honorary.
He's
PNW.
honorary because he teamed with Ouch. He'll get the support from the PNW guys here. All the same, but yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see those two. Against kind of the titans that surround them, and not that Base Mage or Ouch are bad players by any means. We've seen them in, I mean, any number of top 8s, but
even in singles, right?
Yeah, even in singles, absolutely. Just surrounded by MK Leo, Big Boss, Meister, SkyJ, Akola, Mia, like those guys, they're holding it down.
Yeah, I mean, this tournament is. I'm predicting this tournament's going to be the most stacked tournament of 2023. I would be very surprised if there's another tournament, an open bracket tournament that is more stacked than this.
It's unreasonably stacked, right?
Yes.
And there's, I think even if you look at the seeding, man, like there's players you expect to get top 8 seeded like close to 24th. And it's just man, there are so many talented players here. And I think with how kind of upset heavy Ultimate already is.
Yeah, it's a tough game.
I imagine that pure chaos is about to ensue.
Oh, yes, absolutely. The singles bracket, I mean, already pure chaos. It's starting to happen in
bracket,
doubles, right? I mean, we have Ouch and Base Mage just making an incredible run. And we've actually seen Base Mage team with a bunch of other players within this bracket as well. I know they had a really great run at Port Priority with the Incineroar Jigglypuff, which is another interesting team, the Pokemon team coming through. But, we talked about it before. I think Jigglypuff and Incineroar, characters that kind of get buffed in that double scenario, right? Where Jigglypuff, you can go for some of these rest setups. It's not as unsafe just because your teammate can come by, throw out a single jab, or maybe someone else is coming through and they can punish you, but they can't punish you really, really hard with like a Falcon Punch or something because their teammate could interrupt it, right?
Not only that, but just like you were saying, characters that thrive in those kind of like mash scenarios or those kind of like really hectic scramble scenarios where Incineroar or Jigglypuff can make those big plays happen kind of just like that, and all of a sudden your stock's gone, or all of a sudden you weren't considering that, oh, Alolan Whip is coming out of nowhere because I was looking at Wolf or because I was looking at Game & Watch, and those hits matter so much. And so We're actually seeing MKLeo switch to the Byleth
Okay.
as they come against this squad. This is who they lost to in winners.
This is the run back.
So it is the run back. Perhaps the Aegis came out the first time, and now the Byleth is here on the run back. I think Byleth a very, very strong character against against Jigglypuff in particular.
Yeah, you just control a lot of area. Byleth, a character with not a lot of mobility, but the hitboxes that you just have very large hitboxes, right? The forward air, the back air, up air just covers a lot of real estate.
Yeah,
and of course that sweeping side B.
I mean, absolutely that, but also still going to have that really strong pelt power with the F smash on the Rob down throw. We see the up smash anti-airing Jigglypuff for a very, very early stock there. And MKLeo and Big Boss looking to be back with a vengeance as they take the early lead here. And MKLeo kind of bullying this Jigglypuff right now.
Whoa, man, already taking damage and coming through with the big down smash with the charge there. You got to watch that shield too. It can shield break. It does that bonus shield damage as well. So already 6 stocks to 4, and I guess Byleth was the correct answer on the test here if you're MKLeo.
I mean, I feel like at a certain point with Leo, every answer on the test is a correct one, but
he's usually right.
Yeah, but Byleth is definitely coming out here with a vengeance. The down smash, instead of the forward smash, you don't need to space that one. The big smash attacks, even up smash coming through, and so this early stock lead, we saw how much that means in a lot of these doubles scenarios where more often than not, the team that came out with the early stock lead was the team that came out on top of things, and that up smash is getting so much mileage for MKLeo right now.
Yeah, already getting another stop. Oh, the shot bear. Ouch, got those. And the save coming out from BoBC with the nair into the flash. What an extended play coming out from the red team.
Did that kill Rob at like 50?
That was, yes, that was very
low.
That was questionable percentage.
Yeah. I'd like a replay on that one.
That was
please.
robbery percentage. Usually you don't see Wolf get away with that, especially in this point of the meta. Everyone kind of knows the tricks of Wolf, right? Has been a relevant character for quite some time. Has received some nerfs as well, but I mean, Ouch is just coming out here with some... You need to come in with the new stuff right nowadays. You can't come in with the basic old stuff. You got to come in with the Shine combos that you go ahead with the Rising Shine, reverse to the back air. That's going to be a really, really great confirm.
And Ouch is one of those players, man, he's just willing to let it rip. Like, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what tournaments you won, he's willing to let it rock. And the pound actually saving Ouch. There's still no jump, but he is going to make it back. And somehow, some way, Ouch is back on the stage. BoBC was able to fight off both MKLeo and Big Boss, but the stock lead is still firmly within their favor as MKLeo has 2 stocks still online here to the 1 apiece on the side of BoBC and Ouch. And so it's going to be on taking this stock off and then getting rid of Big Boss as fast as possible, but you know this Mexican squad does not want that to happen.
Yeah, Ouch has so much confidence. Like, was off stage for so long, finally makes it back, and immediately goes back off stage. So the confidence is there, but the stock count isn't. MKLeo coming in with the forward airs to finish things off. 3 stocks to none for game number 1.
Dude, up smash.
It's paying the bills right now.
Byleth up smash is the best move in the game, apparently.
As of this set, absolutely.
I don't know if you're paying. It took 4 of 6 stocks.
Yeah.
It took.
Paying the bills.
Pretty sure it took all of BoBC's stocks, and it took 1 of Ouch's. That is...
I mean, such a great anti-air, right? Very similar to the Byleth up air, just going to be on the ground, going to be a bit stronger as well. Has that scoop hitbox.
Yeah.
And you notice every time those situations comes up, he has a bodyguard, Big Boss, right behind. It's like, go ahead and punish.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, right?
I dare you. I dare you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, well, we already know Big Boss very high on that punish game, right, when it comes with Rob. So you got to watch it. It's got the gyro in hand, can do a lot of damage, or just get great stage positioning. But we're going to go into game number 2. Smashville is the pick. Another very unique stage. Probably the smallest stage we have on our stage list here. We got that single platform and a shield break here. Ouch only at 25. And yeah, I was going to go ahead and tap that. If anything, you kind of just use it as a CC, right? A crowd control. And it's like, all right, let's just try to get some 2v1 time. Broken, but wait a minute.
No way! He actually still converted after whipping the up air. He went deep for the side B, but BoBC able to defuse the situation enough at the ledge. But wow, what a play from Big Boss just to follow Ouch so deep, and now actually putting himself off stage, and BoBC has been trying to intercept.
Jigglypuff twirling the feet there, but it's not going to be enough. Yeah, maybe not close enough to the ledge there to get that regrab. I know tether regrabs can be a little bit harder to get than some others. Okay, here's the down throw. Wow, trying to interrupt, but that intangibility during that throw, it's tough.
It's so good, and it lasts. I mean, it just lasts longer than you think it would, right? It's the entirety of that down throw animation. You have so much time to convert off of it, so much time to set things up.
Wait a minute! Oh my
God,
that tether
man.
is so strong. The best tether recovery in the entire game is gonna belong to Bartlett.
Nobody else, man. Nobody else gets that. Big Boss is gonna find that up smash onto base mage, and now. Again, just this one-stock lead. MKLeo has been very good at just holding this kind of one-stock lead as this game progresses, and he actually kept the jump there, so even though it was intercepted by the Nair, he gets the live. Ouch. Will secure the stock with the back air. Base Mage with an F smash on the neutral.
Wait a minute. The stock count is looking a little different than I expected here. 3-4. Red team has done a great job, and I mean, honestly, Base Mage has been so aggressive off stage and has finally been getting some of these stocks, and it's starting to count up.
Yeah, and honestly, like, Base Mage hasn't had two. Oh, the up air into the rest isn't going to secure it, but Ouch will be able to save there and actually gets the back air on MKLeo, not suspecting the fast, aggressive option, and now both in the corner, Leo and Big Boss, man. Okay, going high, defusing, return to the semblance of neutral that we have left.
The up tilt, okay, but Leo still gets back on the stage. Base Mage going for a really deep edge guard there.
Something I really like is Base Mage's willingness to keep trying.
Yeah.
Right? It's really hard to gimp Byless recovery, especially with that tether. Wow, what a save.
Another save.
Ouch, man. So good. And the DI from Ouch means that Rob F-Player isn't going to kill it 140%. The dash attack will do it, but the stocks just returned to even, and the Mexican squad is far from healthy.
And Base Mage doing an incredible job, stock taking, and even, extending the value of his teammates' stocks as well. How many recovery saves have we seen for the Wolf, right?
Yeah, man, I mean, it's been so good. The awareness from Base Mage to go for that, I think that's probably one of the reasons that he's such a consistent player in doubles. No matter who he's teaming with, he just has the awareness to go for those saves, which is something that Jigglypuff's particularly strong at. Now chasing Rob deep off stage. Ouch, coming for the assist to make sure he doesn't get reverse edge guarded, and Base Mage ensuring that Ouch doesn't just die.
Yeah, that was fantastic from Base Mage. Not even messing with the intangibility from the Rob down throw, just attacking the source of the problem, right?
Yeah.
MKLeo getting some crazy F smash tipper or something like that. So incredible play coming out from Base Mage and sinks the back air, forces the 2v1, the laser recovery, the high option, and Base Mage with the Nair. Nowhere for Leo to go. Pristine 2v1.
I mean, that is rocking a hard place.
That was tough.
There is nowhere to go. You got the laser flying overhead. You got the little puff ball on the lower end side of things. They're trying to thread that needle somehow. I mean, I don't even know if it's possible at that point.
Yeah.
Such good coverage out of Ouch and Base Mage in that last situation there, and puts it back at 1-1 after what was, again, a dominant-looking first game from MKLeo and Big Boss. And so they come out looking strong, but they end up trading a little bit as the set continues.
I think Base Mage made some incredible adjustments, and Ouch.
I mean,
I think Base Mage enables Ouch's aggression / confidence
very
well, because Ouch can go crazy off stage, go for even like a double jump aerial, which is generally pretty risky with Wolf. Any kind of double jump into a commitment off stage, and then you're forced into a flash. So a lot of times you can get reversal in that situation, but it's okay because Ouch can go ham because Base Mage has pound, up air, like so many different things to just hit him upwards, right? And it's so strong.
He's been doing a great job at just like nailing those moves. He hasn't missed. He's always been there when he needs them to be there. I mean, Base Mage has looked very good in this doubles bracket, and like you said, has been allowing Ouch to go for some of those big plays. And something I was talking about earlier was I really respect how Base Mage is maintaining this confidence. He hasn't been hitting too many gimps on MKLeo's recovery, but that hasn't stopped him from going for them, right? He's continuously threatening different options, so MKLeo can't fall asleep at the wheel. He can't recover from free because he's got to be there for it. But as we say that, the lightweight of Jigglypuff strikes once again.
Yeah, Blue Team's like, we have to attack the source. Get the puff.
As soon as he's gone, we can give Wolf.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, I've been loving the neutral air dodges coming out from, oh man, and look at that. Just the raw blazer kind of locking it down and threatening Base Mage, and Base Mage is not in position to get the save that we usually see Base Mage get, right?
Yeah. All right, offstage situation now, the Rob up air, and the miss tech actually means that Big Boss is going to lose that stock fairly early. Base Mage trying to keep them in this game, and with MKLeo at such high percent, this is not too far off. A huge combo being landed on Big Boss right now as well.
Oh, look at the shield pressure. Yeah, guaranteed shield poke from the Nair there. Oh, the blaster damage into the up air. Wow, just a cherry on top for that stock. And Base Mage will never lose the confidence off stage, whether it goes right or wrong. That's something that Base Mage knows, that he has to continue the pressure everywhere off stage, right?
It was a quick little 3v1 for MKLeo. It was Big Boss with the laser. And then unfortunately got gimped by Base Mage on the back side of things. And we were talking about it. That is how fast doubles can swing, right? Just 2 quick stocks like that. And as we say it, MKLeo swings it right back to even with that up smash, which has found so much value.
Yeah, doubles can get really quick. The higher bracket you go. Oh, gyro! The gyro interrupts the charge F smash with the tipper. That could have been it, but the down smash.
Run it back.
Swiping through, getting both players here, racking the damage on Jigglypuff and taking the stock here on Wolf.
Yeah, unfortunately it looked like Ouch.
Uh-oh, no jump! Oh man, barely getting back to the ledge.
It looked like Ouch tried to hit Big Boss there to try and interrupt it while the iframes were going on still, so MKLeo unfortunately able to hit both of them, and now the Nair back air is going to set up this offstage situation once again, and now resetting to center stage, MKLeo and Big Boss somehow found themselves back in firm control of this game. Just have been so back and forth. Stocks have been flying incredibly early, and it's MKLeo with extra stocks to spare. The down smash is going to do the trick against Ouch, and now it's up to Base Mage in an almost impossible situation. He actually just sniped him.
Yeah, when you're in that 2v1 situation, sometimes you got to bring out the big guns. The rollout has to come through, but I mean, the option's so good that Leo and Big Boss were ready for it. The arrow to the face.
You think he read that?
Yeah, I think so. They're like, oh, for sure rollout here, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that was an input error.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, like you said, we've been seeing so many 2v1 situations just cleaned up so nicely, and so actually getting there has been what is so key for a lot of these teams. And I mean, I'm honestly shocked that that game ended up feeling not close.
Right.
After how many stocks were lost early, after how many times the lead switched hands. It was actually 3 stocks left on the side of the Mexican squad by the time we got to the end of things, and it felt like that one was anyone's game.
Yeah, that mid-game swing from Team Mexico was insane, right? They were able to get back-to-back stocks and just bring everything back into their control, and then racked up a ton of damage. And man, especially when they are able to get the separation and just get that 2v1 advantage state. They got a perfect split there, and then both went to the left, got the ledge trap on the Ouch, the throw, the grab connects, down throw into down smash. I mean, what do you do, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be a wrap.
And I mean, it is kind of the way things go sometimes, right? Every now and again, stuff just goes wrong. You're off stage when you get to down throw or whatever it might be, and that's a stock loss. And it can be those big swings, but I think we've seen that both of these teams are more than capable of coming out on top of this set here. And now as they head to match point, Team Mexico looking to get the run back against Ouch and Base Mage and making it an all-Mexico Grand Finals. That up B almost securing a very early stock, and now MKLeo in a very tough position, and by very tough, I mean the stock is gone.
No double jump, no stock most of the time when it comes to Base Mage off stage. Incredible stuff coming out. The down air and just going to go retreat into this. And look at this. Base Mage being able to rack up and get combo damage while also alternating the routes by just doing retreating there instead of like continuation forward air, because he just understands the situation and awareness. Awareness is always the thing that impresses me the most with all these players that get this far in bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. MKLeo trying to go for a back air into the Rob side B off stage. That's the easy mode gyro combo.
Yeah.
But Base Mage able to secure the stock on Big Boss with the back air, and now back to a PNW lead, man. And these Wolf back airs, the games that Ouch and Base Mage have been winning have been off these early Wolf back airs, man.
Yeah, and that was center stage. Ouch got a falling forward air, and it looked a little awkward to go ahead and connect that back air, but Ouch finds a way, and I think a little bit of suspect DI coming out from Leo because he just didn't think the back air was going to connect there, and that's going to be another early stock on the blue side of things here. So 3 stocks to 5. I mean, that's a pretty big deficit, but 1 stock at a time, going to bring it back to even is going to be the blue team.
Absolutely, and Ouch not too healthy.
What? Oh man, and you just hear the share stock immediately come out.
That stock felt like I got punched in the stomach, man. Like that was a forward throw to a sweet spot Wolf back air. All right, Base Mage not quite set up to convert off that back throw from Ouch, but almost getting the drill rest. Instead goes for the jab, and honestly, with this amount of stock lead and the percentage that's been racked up on Big Boss, I think maybe we might see them kind of lay off those kind of big plays so much and just try and ensure that they don't get finessed a little bit.
Wait a minute, but the laser into the back air tipper. Wow, Leo and Big Boss getting a lot of stocks. It's already even, but I mean, Big Boss has to do an incredible job at tanking here, 137%. But Leo, pretty healthy. Right now it's red team with the center stage control, but look at this.
And I mean, when I said not getting finessed, I did not mean get laser back aired into an even stock situation. And oh my gosh, Big Boss did such a good job of holding onto that stock for so long, but the dash attack from Jigglypuff is eventually going to be enough. The fade back from Ouch means that MK Leo is going to re-grab with no invincibility, but he is not punished with the spot dodge now.
Leo going for some crazy plays, and if anyone's going to be really good at 2v1, it's going to be MK Leo here. Look at this. Feels like Leo is controlling the pacing in this 2v1. It's like they're fighting like the last boss of a video game or something like that, right?
It's Sephiroth unlock mode. Actually comboing off of the laser from Ouch as well. MK Leo, like you said, seems to be controlling the pace of the 2v1, which
what's going on here?
Just truly insane to say. The spot dodge coming out. Ouch, unable to convert off that hit from Base Mage. Going for that deep nair. Will get back to the ledge, and MK Leo rolling, not covered by Base Mage, and the throw coming out. Ouch is very nearly at kill percent, but so deep off stage.
Oh, should be able to get it! Get some! Oh, Ouch, what is this boss battle co-op mode? And now you only have one person, the 1v1. Out with the backer. Oh my goodness, we were talking about how hard it is to clutch out these 2v1s, and Leo just makes it look effortless.
I mean, that was ridiculous.
Oh my good. The amount of respect for Leo there, right? And that's a situation where I'm like, man, maybe if the name tags are off, they could have done it. But I think it's because it's Leo, they're like, oh man, like, can we do this? Can we close it out? Like, oh my goodness, wow.
I mean, it looked like Leo was playing a 1v1 that he was winning. Like, that's what I'm like, and you were saying it as it was happening. He looked in control. Both players seemed scared to fall in or attack from either side of him, and MK Leo is doing such a good job of swatting them both away, finding those big opportunities, and I mean, that is just, that's a heartbreaker for those guys. A situation that you should have cleaned up, but I mean, props to MK Leo. What an insane 2v1.
Yeah, that's going to end the run for Ouch and Base Mage, but man, what an incredible run it was. And just so I feel like at that last part there in Game 4, Leo got a lot of good situations where it's like, oh, I won neutral against your teammate and you're coming at me and I kind of win the RPS. He did that a couple times, and just because he won those situations a couple times, it was too much respect in those situations where I feel like they could have punished Leo a couple times, but they just didn't because they're like, oh, well, he like won the scenario last time, right? So that's what it felt like at least, but obviously it's always different when you're up there on stage, when you're on the sticks. So a lot of pressure going on, but Leo is the one that clutches up.
I mean, yeah, like you said, it is a lot different when you're up there. It's very easy to say, oh, you could have done this, you could have done this, you should have done this, especially with the benefit of foresight.
Yeah.
But I mean, while they're up there, I think the game plan was likely, let's play it safe. We have the stock lead. Let's just make sure we don't lose those early stocks. And sometimes that mindset kind of turns into that play to not lose mindset instead of that play to win mindset. And that's how you let people like MK Leo come back, because you know he's been in this situation enough times to the point where he's going to throw out those big moves. He's going to make those big plays because he knows that he has to.
Yeah, and Leo's game sense is just out of this world. Leo can tell when there's two players that are just scared of him.
When they're scared,
Yes. He can smell the fear, right? And Leo took full advantage of that, and the quick turnaround. And it wasn't even like, oh, take one stock or take out one teammate and then have like a long 1v1. It was like, all right, one stock, who's next? Boom, you're all right, bop, bop, I win.
I mean, that was, that was crazy. Yeah, it was a stock taken. Maybe 10 seconds later, last stock taken. Let's wrap it up. Let's go to Grand Finals. And I mean, the All-Mexico Grand Finals, man, we said it could happen. Despite all of the talented players here, all of the regions represented, one remains on the doubles side of things. And weirdly enough, it's not even Spargo and Chag, man. Another amazing team who did get top 8. I mean, Mexico and doubles, they go hand in hand, they've shown another level of dominance this tournament.
Yeah, the prophecy has been foretold here. MK Leo, Big Boss versus SkyJ and Meister. Can't wait to get into this set. We've seen, I mean, both these teams are so proficient, right? Whether it's like on the tail end of the 1v2 or executing that 2v1, these teams, they don't mess those up.
No, they absolutely do not. And especially, with like we saw from Meister and SkyJ, those 2v1 situations, they're practiced.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They know how to go in. They're not going to make those kind of they're not going to fall into those situations where they get a little bit nervous or they get a little bit hesitant to go in. They know what needs to happen for them to win. And so I think this is going to be a really interesting set because as far as I know, these guys haven't played today. It was Ouch and Basevage who put MKLeo and Big Boss into losers. So the first time playing today, and I'm very interested to see how it goes. I'm very, very interested.
Yep, and it looks like Leo hitting the upgrade button real quick on the character screen. We got Pyra and Mithra. You got to bring Fire Pass 2 out on the field to go ahead and take on this incredibly strong team, which is Meister and SkyJ. The Game & Watch Incineroar, very similar to Jigglypuff. We've been talking about it throughout the entire top 8. If you're just joining us, where it's just characters that not so strong in the tier list singles-wise, but they get a little boost in doubles because some of those weaknesses get covered up, right?
Yeah, they're mitigated a little bit. Yeah, absolutely. And I think, dude, I've heard opinions from people around here that just think Incineroar is like one of the better doubles characters.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, fair enough. Like, a lot of the time the results are at least semi there, as much as, quote-unquote consistent as doubles results can be. But, SkyJ is a guy who is consistently in that conversation as well. And so now,
even in singles,
Grand Finals kicked off between these two teams, all Mexico, and back to the Pyra Mithra. And I think some of that comfortability that we saw against Mia is definitely going to play a factor here against Meister, as MKLeo, a very, I'll say good record against Meister.
Yeah, and I still to this day believe Leo is the best doubles player, right? I know obviously in terms of singles player, there's a little bit of an argument nowadays, but I still give it to Leo in terms of best doubles. He's been a phenomenal doubles player for so long, along with the best player in the world. Has held on to that title for the longest time in Ultimate, practically the entire lifespan of Ultimate.
A literally unreasonable amount of time, and an incredible play from Big Boss off the side with the laser. A kill move so deep off stage, and 33%.
What is going on?
SkyJ got hit with a down air with no jump, and GG, man. That is a stock loss so early. Big Boss has looked so good in doubles, and we've seen some really heads-up and unique laser plays out of him.
Yeah, the lasers are pristine, and whether it be to break up some kind of scramble his teammate is in, or to go ahead and even save. We've seen the saves come out onto Leo with the lasers, right? When they're both knocked off stage, and let me just give you another hit onto the stage.
Yeah, and actually, interestingly enough, Meister actually F-smashed SkyJ while he was being down thrown by Big Boss. And so the assist coming in on the other side of things this game, I mean, a lot of moments where things just kind of went a little bit awry. And I think if you're on the side of Meister and SkyJ, you're probably expecting to lose this one just with how early some of the stocks were lost. But you can go into the next game kind of knowing what went wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Knowing those moments where the stocks were lost. And I think, frankly, sometimes, especially in Smash Ultimate, it just happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and especially with how strong the punish game is at this point in time. Tries to convert into the up air here. SkyJ, you go into this throw and you're going to get punished. No, the Nair not coming out in time, but going to get the run back on the Nair. Still not enough. Very heavy. This cat, you got to watch the forward throw hitbox. But Leo, of course, you're not gonna check me on that one, right? Just go ahead, shield that one hit, goes into the forward tilt, closes it out. The knowledge check not coming through. Leo, I mean, it's very hard to knowledge check Leo in general. He knows a lot about the game.
He's been around, man, and I think it's such an interesting point where you're talking about like knowledge checking Leo and stuff like that, and someone who's been around for so long, and even if he doesn't necessarily talk about all that or couldn't like tell you all that, he knows it, right?
Oh,
he reacts to it immediately. He's been playing for so long against so many people, it's just second nature. And I think he always looks so good in situations like that, even where they're a little bit weird. He always seems to kind of know what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. And it can get even harder with the game changing, right? With Fighter Pass 2 and stuff. stuff. So everyone is still learning, but especially when it comes to pre-Fighter Pass 2, Leo has extended knowledge, and even with Fighter Pass 2 as well. He plays a Fighter Pass 2 character, and everyone's still on that boat about learning about this new meta, right? So it's so exciting to see. And as we see this second match get underway here, a lot of trading back and forth of damage. And another thing that's so impressive at this level of doubles is you see how close everyone plays to each other. At lower level doubles, you see most of the time just two separate 1v1s, right? It feels a little bit more tame. But look how close they're playing to each other. And then the stocks are just flying.
That was crazy. Realizing that SkyJ was taking out Big Boss, and SkyJ, did he use his jump? He did! Big Boss is killing SkyJ at sub 20%.
Yes.
It's multiple stocks gone, and SkyJ at his last stock. We're not even 50 seconds deep in the game, man.
Half the stock count out of the question here. And yeah, the stock tank looking a little empty for the red team, but I guess half full, half empty. We'll see how they view it as they come into the second minute of the game.
Dude, this actually just sounds like a bit. Like, and then MKLeo gets the jab lock onto SkyJ as Big Boss gets the forward smash onto Meister. These guys are picking right over and over and over and again. And I said the last game had a couple of moments that went wrong that might have been a fluke. It's looking like they absolutely were not.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you're this ahead in teams, you can be very aggressive because you can take aggressive trades where it's like, oh, you hit my teammate, well, I'm going to kill you for it, right? And then even if you die for it, then you're just trading stocks back and forth. You have like 1 or 2 stocks up, it's completely fine. And the blue team's doing exactly that. And look at the damage. Look at the stock count. This is looking so grim for the red team.
Yeah, I mean, like this.
There's another trade, right?
This game is over, man. Like that.
That's a wrap.
Within the. Oh my God!
Okay. Chill.
All right, getting a little ignorant with it off stage. Meister still, going through the motions. I mean, if he managed to bring this back, it might be the most miraculous comeback in all of doubles history.
Yeah, even more impressive than the 2v1 we saw Leo for outbase mate.
Significantly more so. Significantly more so. Unfortunately, unable to bring it back there, and I mean, with the kind of theme that we've been seeing from MKLeo and Big Boss is a very good showing the first game, a little bit faltering on the second game. Not the case. Yeah, absolutely not the case. The first game looked good. The second game looked unwinnable on the side of Meister and SkyJ, and I can't help but wonder, like, how much of this is an experience thing.
Yeah. I mean, Leo and Big Boss have been in grand finals of many doubles majors. Let's just put it that way. Of course, yeah. So I'm glad you pointed out the experience thing too. The one thing that Meister and SkyJ have over Leo and Big Boss right now, they're winner side.
Yeah.
So if you guys are just joining us, they're on the winner's side of the bracket. So even if Leo and Big Boss go ahead and seal out this set 3-0, they still have to win one more set. So for SkyJ and Meister, this could just be the information set, right? Like, oh, okay, because that game 2, got 2 words for that game 2. That's tough. Right? that was tough.
Forget about it.
Go next.
Yeah, and I think sometimes, especially if you're in the grand finals winner's side of things and the first set goes really wrong, it does kind of turn into the information set where you say, all right, we're probably not winning this one. We're probably not coming out on top of it, but let's get as much as we can so we can start the next set on a good foot. Because, I mean, momentum is a very real thing. As much as people like to kind of meme on it, when you're feeling good and when your teammate's feeling good, those stocks just go a little bit easier and the game comes a little bit easier. And so being able to set yourself up for a good set 2 is awesome. And I mean, getting a reverse 3-0, even better.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but there's the forward smash. Here comes the punish here. Meister going off stage.
Holy deep, man.
Going back onto ledge. There's the drag down, directional air dodge, and Meister making sure you saw the little bit of stall before the up B, right? They don't want to go ahead and hit that directional air dodge because that was the mix there. There was the drag down back here, or was Meister not going to fast fall the back here, and would Big Boss have to go for the tech there? So great edge guard coming out from Meister.
And I believe there is a way to option select that
where you
can get the tech in the up B. Unfortunately, Big Boss unable to do it in that situation, thinking he was going to need tech. And no way, man!
Bring in the 9. It's the only way, but the stock trade coming out from Leia, and we're just resetting everything 3 stocks apiece. But Meister is going to be at 95%.
How are they still winning? What? How?
Oh, man. After the 9, too, that's just how much of a lead they had.
That's crazy, man. And I mean, big plays out the side of Meister and SkyJ, knowing that something huge needs to happen, and just in the nick of time to put this back to a somewhat even situation. But Meister, far from healthy, and Game & Watch lightweight means that the up air will secure the stock there. Now, down to their final stocks, potentially the last stocks of this set 1 of Grand Finals.
How did Big Boss avoid all those hitboxes? Jeez.
Yeah, man, Rob is big, but it doesn't seem to matter. I'll tell you that much.
Sometimes you can just take to the skies, man. Yeah. I'm out.
No jump on the side of SkyJ here. Big Boss very aware, but the side beat does not come through, and no punish for going so deep.
And you see the shield pressure coming out from Leo and Big Boss. They're kind of weaving over their hitboxes together, creating these doubles block strings, which is also another next level, high level, top level, if you will, doubles, where you're going ahead and piecing together block strings, like team block strings, essentially.
Yeah, that's so good, and especially in a game like Smash where there's actually no throw lockout on shield, even if you've been just getting mashed on. There's so many opportunities for you to get true throws or true follow-ups in double situations like that if you're ready for them. Now down to the last stock apiece, but MKLeo pretty healthy. SkyJ looked to be scouting an edge guard there and almost looked like he had it, but unfortunately the up B, the Prominence Revolt, will secure the stock, and the back air will catch the Game & Watch dash attack, meaning that MKLeo and Big Boss come out with a 3-0 on the loser side of things, but that last game looked infinitely better than every single other game. And so if you're Meister and SkyJ, time to forget about that set. This is the same as any other set. 0-0. Let's run it back to the bands. Let's run it back to game 1, and let's take this tournament, man.
Yeah, my good friend EE always says, in situations like this, you gotta have short memory, right?
Yeah.
You gotta have the shortest of memory here if you're Meister and SkyJ. So going into the set 2, this one is the for real Grand Finals, all right?
For real, man. That's a technical term as well. We better hear more of that.
FR Grand Finals.
All right, coming back into this reset 0-0, trying not to have a repeat of how dominant the game 1 was, but honestly, that last game of the last set, part of the reason it was so close was a very quick sequence from Meister and SkyJ, where SkyJ got on the Lowland Whip and Meister got a 9, right? That is what made that even look kind of doable. And so we're going to need to see either a switch up from both these guys or a replication of an insane situation.
Or a lot of 9s and a Lowland Whip.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think one of those things is a lot easier to get and more important. Like just kind of cleaning up the neutral, cleaning up the punish game, and just like that.
That was crazy. And actually, we saw there, Meister F-smashed while the Alolan Whip was going off. He actually, Incineroar held him there, and the F-smash came through. So great awareness from Meister to take those stocks off. And this is the first lead that we've seen out of these guys the whole series.
And what better timing for the first game of the Grand Finals reset, the true finals, if you will. Here's the up airs. Okay, I'm going to combo, and wow, off the top. There goes Meister's first stock.
Yeah, I honestly thought that Meister might be the one coming out on top of that situation, but Big Boss able to get the reversal, and now only SkyJ remaining with that final stock. MKLeo looking for the punish, but unable to get too much going. 145, not a healthy stock, but SkyJ playing very, very elusively for a character as heavy as Incineroar, and actually surviving the up smash there means there's more in the tank. This should be it, but mashing out before the up smash comes through.
Oh,
what
the
a
up B
match from SkyJ, and MKLeo's got no jump, but Big Boss with the save.
Yeah, that was great coming out from Big Boss needed to get there.
Yeah.
Even if it's just positioning-wise, it was very important because Leo had no resources and just went for the side B. That was easily covered, but Big Boss, the bodyguard for Leo to get back on to stage, and now trying to keep this game as close as possible. Like you said, this is the first time Red Team has the lead here, so they can really run away with it. They just got to close out with this lead. They got center stage right now, but the blue team slowly making their way in.
Okay, thank
no.
Kill, but that absolutely will. And MKLeo opting for the down smash there. I don't really know why, because the second hit that came around actually ended up hitting Big Boss. The F smash probably would have secured it without that extra damage, but I mean, c'est la vie. C'est la vie, you taking the stock there.
Right.
Now down to their last stocks is MKLeo and Big Boss. Meister and SkyJ have been able to maintain this lead all the way until the very end.
Oh man, the blue team needs to get out of disadvantage right now. Rob has just been getting up air this entire time. Can you make it back to the stage?
No,
The dash
jump.
back? You have no jump. Oh, connected into the up air. Oh, that is not what needed to happen if you were the red team, but the stars aligning for the blue team. Leo, the desperation on that early side B, actually comboing into the up air, everything working out here, and that is so unfortunate if you're the red team. And now, I thought the mid side B was
going to
coming out.
side B. Yeah. I thought something dumb was about to happen.
But Leo just wants to make sure,
Yeah.
closing things out, squeaky clean here, doesn't want to go for the crazy clip. Holding on to center stage, breaking up some of these two-piece combos, and punishing the early up B. Not going to get by Leo there. And what a crazy scramble that just ends up in the favor of the blue team. The red team had the lead the entire game, and everything was going right. There was no jump on Leo.
Literally everything went right until it didn't. Like, literally the stars aligned for the win, and then they lost. Like,
everything just came crashing down.
I've never seen a game fall apart quicker than that. Like, it was a 15-second sequence where stocks just dropped when they absolutely should not have.
Everything just shattered.
Yeah, that. I mean, if you're Meister and SkyJ, that game, it is hard not to be thinking about that one because that hurts.
Yeah, that one is true pain here. But we will see if they can bounce back. I mean, 4 games already in a row. Leo and Big Boss is going to come through 6-0, just claim and just be the doubles champion of Battle of BC here in the grand finals. That'd be absolutely insane.
I mean, that'd be nuts. They say we about to do it quickly in the F smash coming out, but SkyJ able to answer back with the Alolan Whip, so no stock advantage to anyone quite yet. A great answer back from SkyJ, and it seems that they're not too affected. They're professionals. They've been here before. You know, sometimes you lose games that you should have won, or games that were really looking like they were going your way, and Meister and SkyJ definitely looking to keep this competitive. They do not want a 6-0, man.
Oh, and there
Very
is
nice.
the punish on the side B coming out from Mithra here. And Leo's been kind of getting away with some of those side Bs, right?
I was going to say, Leo has been opting to recover high with the side B more often than not. And, I mean, quite frankly, he's doing it because it hasn't mattered yet. The SkyJ calling that option out, MK Leo potentially going to have to think a little bit more about it. But already on his very last stock, Meister and SkyJ coming into this set, too.
Very similar to the first game.
Significantly better. They've been getting these leads early. And this game, it's just a matter of maintaining it, ensuring that, I mean, tragedy doesn't strike twice in a row.
Yeah, we'll see. 4 stocks to 3 here. I mean, Meister has a little bit of damage. Got to be careful here. And it's blue team full advantage. Oh, directional air dodge to the ledge. Leo does get back on, gets the grab, and this dash attack not going to be enough, but great stage positioning. And from that stage positioning, Leo going to be able to position that back air. Also get the up B, but the cat is pretty heavy. The air dodge mix-up gets back on the stage, but gets swatted immediately back out. And then now the objective is to get the damage onto Meister.
Yeah, I mean, if you're able to get this stock off of Meister ASAP, it puts SkyJ in, an unwinnable or impossible situation. And this has been all MK Leo and Big Boss for the last 30 seconds. It's, again, almost gone back to that 1v1s kind of scenario, but, I mean, I'll keep it a stack. They've been winning them.
Yeah, and it feels like things are going wrong, but it's happening a little earlier this game, number 2, right? Not at the final stretch.
Yeah, it's happening slower, for sure. But that being said, they haven't gone so wrong, especially as Meister finds that deep back air onto MK Leo. It's now a 2v1 for the first time for this squad, and that is a ton of damage onto Big Boss. This chef at the ledge is so hard to deal with, especially with Incineroar up on this platform.
Oh my god.
What do you do?
The down tilt from the platform, that is nasty. That is so good.
I actually think SkyJ probably could have smashed him over that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now you mention it. Down tilt just kind of like the safer reaction option. But yeah, F smash, especially if it was tipper, that would have been it.
Oh yeah, you would have been cooked. That being said, I mean, definitely willing to go for the safe option here, willing to secure this. And
dang, I'm out.
I mean, overcooking it a little bit off stage, but honestly, I'd rather go next than deal with Chef and down tilt at the ledge for another 30 seconds just to lose anyway.
That recovery was definitely well done.
Yeah, well done. For the mental, he came out on top, for sure.
All right, so finally, the streak is broken.
Yeah.
Nobody takes 5 games in a row.
No.
From SkyJ and Meister. SkyJ and Meister.
There's no doubt about that,
Nobody.
man. There's no doubt.
Not even MK Leo and Big Boss,
No,
right?
there's no doubts. All right. So Eye in the Sky, just asking us a little bit about potential interview with the teams after this. And so something to look forward to for everyone watching. You get to hear from the mind of the winners, whoever it may be. And
Absolutely.
I'm excited to talk with either of these teams because just kind of the way that this set has been going has been very, very interesting with how dominant that first set was looking and how quickly that game 1 came crashing down in the second set of things to the answer back from Meister and SkyJ. I think both of these teams have shown a ton of resilience.
Yeah, and it almost feels impossible to 2v1 Meister and SkyJ, especially on certain stage setups, just because Chef alone is so powerful on the ledge. And then
Why
when
is SkyJ dead? What happened?
Oh no.
What?
I was just explaining how good Chef was, and then SkyJ is gone.
What happened?
Well, just like that, MK Leo and Big Boss. Now, the thing is, the first 2 games we've seen, right? Meister and SkyJ always having the lead in this Grand Finals reset on Game 1 and Game 2. It's going to be the first time Leo and Big Boss has the lead here in the second set, and that is going to be the stock. And this lead is getting a little out of control. SkyJ already down to the last stock. The edge guard coming out, almost out of gas here. Oh, yeah, okay, good to make it back.
Rob is ridiculous, man. You got a big body getting back from that.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
Being able to double jump out of the up B as well is just so powerful.
It's good.
It's really, really strong. Meister trying to find this edge guard, but up and over. Even that back air utilization coming out from Big Boss here. Just a little push can matter a ton, and now Meister losing the stocks. But there's still 6 stocks on the side of the blue team right now. This is looking dire for the red team.
I mean, shades of the first set as we come into the back end of this thing. Big Boss, or not Big Boss, sorry, SkyJ actually lost 2 stocks again before we hit 50 seconds. So on the exact same time frame that we were looking at before, and we know the comeback is somewhat possible. We saw it before, but this is going to be a very, very tough game to come back from. We need some big, big performances out of both Meister and SkyJ to take some stocks off, because SkyJ is already unhealthy on this last stock and now doesn't even have one to take.
The DI mix on the back air as well. Meister losing that stock at 80%. That is quite an early percent for Game & Watch to get taken out by that back air. Very unfortunate. So final stock apiece. This is going to be the last stand, if you will, for the red team. We'll see if they can survive the onslaught that has been the blue team this entire time, and it feels like the answer is going to be no. Meister, send 9.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, that's the win con. All right, a little bit of a mistiming on that, but I mean, these down smashes unfortunately don't even matter as MK Leo is there to bail out Big Boss, and now Meister staring down the barrel of 4 stocks. The down air is going to get him out of disadvantage temporarily, in the landing hitbox not looking so bad, but I mean, this is such a big ask, man, and we talked about it earlier. This would be one of the most miraculous doubles comebacks we've ever seen.
We'll see if it's possible. He gets the reflect on to the gyro. Getting some stray hits in here. Oh, but that is the patented, the down throw. Once Rob gets the grab, shake the hand, because it's on to the next game for MK Leo and Big Boss, carrying a lot of momentum into this game number 4. Meister and SkyJ able to take one game, and it feels like they should have had 2, right?
They should have.
That's such a heartbreaker coming in, because that one game could mean so much here. We'll see how this game 4 goes.
It could be everything, and I mean, as soon as MK Leo and Big Boss actually lost one, they were like, all right, lock in. Like, let's go back to what we were doing before. They made that one look dominant. I think right now the biggest thing is you have to make sure Incineroar hangs onto these stocks for a little longer. I think, a lot of the time the game plan is that Incineroar is that stock tank just due to how heavy it is. And even the games that they were winning, we saw Incineroar living up to, 145, 130, kind of being able to tank those stocks and be that kind of commanding presence. When you lose 2 stocks within 50 seconds, that is just, it's gone. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, especially the damage output and the way that MK Leo and Big Boss secure stocks as well. It's so consistent, man. Rob getting grabs is such a solid win con, right?
I mean, it just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, the counterplay, like, don't get grabbed. Good luck, man. Good luck.
It's very tough. All right, recovery coming out. Okay, but Meister breaking up the situation, just trading back and forth. Everyone at mid percents, but Well, even if you're at mid percent, you still cannot get grabbed from Rob because the Pyro forward smash, very powerful.
I mean, that's putting years on my life. I can't imagine what it's like with Skyjay.
And we're just on the mic.
That is brutal. Thankfully, it's not Skyjay. Maybe a chance to hang on to these stocks for a little bit longer, but the early deficit is not what you would like to see for Meister and Skyjay, who have relied on that early lead to keep them in the game that they won.
Oh, no jump for Skyjay.
Wait, what a snipe, man.
Yeah, the quick Z-grab into the immediate
nice.
toss right there. You got to be able to do that kind of stuff anyway for those 0 to deaths, right?
Of course.
So Big Boss very familiar with the forward smash once again. And it just keeps trading back and forth. Does Big Boss get the edge guard to put the cherry on top? No, but still this lead is insane. 2 stocks lead.
He's just the boy. And wow, actually the laser coming from off stage to stop Skyjay from interrupting MKLeo's jab there. That is crazy.
And we talked about how clutch the laser game has been coming out from Big Boss, especially in the doubles format. And another trade again. When you have this tremendous lead, you just keep trading back and forth. And MKLeo and Big Boss, they know exactly that, right?
And I mean, that one hurts extra too, because that was the head hitbox of Rob back here. the head torso hitbox. And I mean, it just adds insult to injury when you're getting hit with these huge moves. You're such at such a stock deficit so early, and now no chance of a reset. The reset has happened. We are on potentially the final game of the series, and MKLeo and Big Boss looking so good, but an early game from Skyjay. There's hope.
1 check mark fulfilled.
Yeah.
You need like 5 more, but you can still, it's 1 at a time, right?
Yeah. I can believe at the very least. I can believe at the very least, and I have stopped believing.
And Rob has gotten the grab.
Yeah, there it is, man. All right, the down smash coming out. Skyjay looking for some of those desperation options. I mean, at this point, you know that is the win con, and these guys now going so deep off stage, trying to get this Incineroar. The laser is going to confirm into the down air from MKLeo, and that is going to secure Battle of BC5. Smash ultimate doubles going to MKLeo and Big Boss from the loser side. Reset, and actually going to losers for a bit of a run.
Yeah, they got sent to losers from Ouch and Base Mage, but once they're able to go through the losers bracket, they got their run back versus Ouch and Base Mage with the Byleth. If you haven't seen that set, fantastic double set, and then able to seal it out with the patented Pyromithra and the Rob there towards the end. We saw some crazy optimal punishes, even right there, Skyjay getting a hit, and then the laser punish into the Pyra down air, right?
Yeah,
so many different forms of combination. Something from Rob into a very hard-hitting move from Pyra, which is, you know, like 70 to 80% of her toolkit anyway.
I mean, tried and true, man. Tried and true at this point. I mean, it's hard to say that, you know, Rob down throw wasn't the MVP of that matchup.
Oh yeah,
Looked
the Rob
very,
down
very,
throw.
very good. Oh, yeah, the Rob down throw. Sorry, is what I meant.
Crazy. Yeah, we're gonna go into the replays here. Look at that Leo just shielding that hit from the forward throw from Incineroar. Great stuff there, and just getting the punish, knowing all of these different knowledge checks, especially in doubles. In doubles, it can get a little tricky, right? Like, oh, okay, well, I know this move in singles. Oh, but in doubles, this has a hitbox, and this has armor, and this, you know, there's so much more things to take into consideration. But like we talked about before, MKLeo, one of the hardest players in the world to hit him with the knowledge check, right?
Yeah.
He's just so knowledgeable of the game, plays the game so much, and one of the best players to do it, and has been the best player in the world for the game for such a long period of time, right?
Yeah, man, and I mean, just looking, I mean, quite frankly, dominant throughout most of the games of this grand finals set. And we were talking about a little bit about the experience and how many times MKLeo and Big Boss have been here, and also how familiar they are with the players, both these teams being from Mexico and oftentimes traveling together or to the same events, not necessarily together, but you know, these guys are familiar with each other. And so,
absolutely.
you know, the amount that kind of plays into it as well. It's more than just the characters. It's more than just what you see on the screen. It's also the individuals behind those characters.
Yeah, and both these players are training partners with each other, so they know each other really well. I think in doubles, it's very essential that you can read your teammate, because there's some times where you can just communicate like, oh, I'm recovering high, or just like very short verbal cues. But when you can read your teammate and just like on the spot do something that can cover their option that you read that they're doing, it's so important. And that comes a lot into these saving scenarios and stuff like that, just understanding the recovery path that your teammate generally likes to take, right? So amazing stuff. And Fantastic way to end doubles here at Battle of BC. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off real quick so you can go ahead and interview both these players on the amazing team. So I had a great time, and I'll be signing out.
Hello.
Hello. I mean, man, that grand finals was quite frankly pretty clean. So I just before we get started, I want to say congratulations. But tell me a little bit about what you were thinking as you went into losers, because there were some heavy hitters on the losers side of things before you even made it to that grand final set.
Talking to Big Boss about it, we really didn't think about the fact that like going to losers, like we didn't really think about who we were gonna play.
Yeah.
Right? We didn't realize that like it was Chag Spargo, then Yora against Yoshidora.
Yeah.
There were like a lot of Japanese teams plus Spargo Chag, right?
Yeah.
When I saw the losers bracket, I was like, damn.
Yeah,
maybe
that
we should
sucks.
have had we should have won, but it is what it is. So no, I feel very good once we went to losers. I feel like we started playing better. On like once I started losing,
Yeah.
like I don't know, I feel like I started getting a little bit warm up.
Yeah, I mean, fair
Then
enough.
I guess that's the same for Big Boss. We just started playing on fire, dude.
And I was talking about in particular, you had the two 1v1s against Mia, where you came out on top of those. And me and Charles were talking a little bit about the comfortability with Game & Watch, and I wanted to ask if that was something that kind of came into that, because those situations in a Game 5, if either of them went wrong, you guys lost that set.
Yeah. Well, he's very good, but
Yeah.
like you said, I got a lot of Game & Watch
Yeah.
practice because of Meister. And even like when we were playing, Meister was screaming like, "Don't lose, please beat him," and stuff like that. So I had to do it for the friend, bro.
For the
So,
homies,
Yeah,
man.
for the homies. No, I feel very confident. I think I'm very, very good when I stay by myself in doubles.
Yeah,
So, no, I'm just glad it went really well.
fair enough. And then as you came into the run back versus Ouch and Base Mage, what kind of changed from the first set into the second set?
I was getting gimped way too much. We literally lost the 2 games like that we got comeback because I got gimped. So, what's the answer for that? A character that
Just
always
don't
makes
get
it back.
gimped, yeah.
So I
Yeah,
went
yeah, yeah.
Byleth. And he also has a lot of range, so Jigglypuff kind of really approached. It was just like
Yeah.
a matchup counter pick, I guess,
Yeah,
because Pyramithra wasn't working out.
and I mean, we saw how much mileage you got off of Up Smash of all things was incredibly good against, in particular, Base Mage, who was kind of floating around you in that range. So as you came through that kind of the run back and came into the grand finals, you started off very, very strong and just looked stronger throughout that first set. After the 3-0, were you guys kind of feeling like, maybe we got this kind of wrapped up?
Yeah, maybe we got this, but then we lost the game, and we're like, no, bro, focus
It's not
up,
wrapped up.
focus up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just very glad that we got the Luminosity plus Mexico Grand Finals.
Yes.
So that's really cool.
Yeah, we were talking about that too, and I mean, Mexico's so strong in doubles and getting the full Mexico Grand Finals. I mean, you guys are guaranteed to come on top in some sort of way, and so, as you win this and as you start looking towards tomorrow, are you thinking about tomorrow already, or are you just ready to kind of sit on this one and enjoy the evening?
I want to win this weekend, so it's not over because I got to play singles right now.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I got my
okay.
wave right now, so I feel good. I mean, after winning doubles, I feel really warmed up, so feeling really confident for the weekend.
Okay, excellent. Well, I think that's the end of my time with you. I'll let you go play singles. Congratulations on winning doubles, and how you doing, man? How you feeling?
Really nice. We finally won something big.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are always in the conversation. I think that's something me and Charles were talking about as well. You guys are always kind of up there in terms of doubles, but not always on the very, very top. And so, can you take me through a little bit of what was different about this tournament for you guys?
This time we really practiced a lot.
Yeah.
Like we really wanted to win something big this time, and we passed like weeks grinding a lot, like between
Okay,
me,
yeah.
him, and Law. Like shoutouts to Law. He's our other team practice.
Yeah.
He's really fucking good. Sorry.
I don't think you're allowed to swear, but it's
Sorry,
okay. So you guys, you said you practiced a lot coming into this one, and you were feeling really good. I kind of asked Leo this as well, but once you got into losers, what was kind of the mindset shift for you in particular as you fell down into the lower bracket?
We knew that we was playing like really well.
Yeah.
It was more like we get yanked, like hard yank by Base Mage. He's really good.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
really
yeah.
good. I think that was the difference because other times we usually like get depressed after lose and something like that.
Yeah.
But this time was like, no, we know that we can win this. So,
And so there's a difference in confidence
Yeah.
coming out of you guys, yeah, especially going into the
For
lower side of
sure.
things, and especially after the run back and as you went to Grands, it was very, very clean. And I wanted to ask Leo this as well, but I'll ask you because you're here now. How much of that was kind of experience with SkyJ and Meister? I'm not totally familiar with how often you guys necessarily played, despite being both from Mexico. Did that factor into that at all?
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Like, we know each other a lot.
Yeah.
Like we know what they are looking for. We know how to beat that. And it was just like, okay, if we play well, we can get this.
Yeah. I mean, it looked very, very good. And so, before I let you go here on the end of things, is there anything you want to say? Anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, thank you so much to everyone. I'm next to play against Samba like
Oh, okay.
later tonight for the money match, so I'm really excited. And this confident boost, it's gonna help a lot.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to my girlfriend, like Sarai, te amo. And yeah, shout to everyone that have been supporting us all this time.
Awesome. Well, it was great to see you guys come out and win at Battle of BC5. Huge congratulations for the performance at doubles today, and
Thank you so much.
good luck as you go into singles and the big Zomba money match later this evening. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much. See you, everyone.
All right, and we have Deer coming up.
Wow, yeah, I just
Hey,
won
man.
Ultimate Grand Finals, actually.
Oh,
The double.
congratulations!
We actually played triples. Did you not see me doing a lot
I mean,
there?
I believe you're nasty with it. There's no doubt about that.
Ah, man. Thank you so much. Yeah. How was it? How's things going?
I mean, it's been great, man. I think the doubles has gone great. The event has
I
been
love
great. The
doubles.
venue's been great, man.
Yep.
I think everyone's been enjoying everything, and I think everyone was really excited to see just the caliber of teams and players that are here at Battle of BC5.
It's really cool to see the international mix-ups happening. You know, it's matchups that you've never, ever seen or
Yeah.
we've literally never seen
Yeah.
before because they've never been in the same room at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think as we go through the weekend, is there anything that you're specifically wanting to shout out? Anything you're wanting to kind of mention?
Oh
as
yeah,
we go
I
into
mean
it?
like obviously all the partner mentions. So
Yeah.
I mean I'm not gonna go through the full list because there's a decent amount. But I mean if you're watching this, one of the biggest things you can do is download the Freshcut app because
Oh, yeah,
every
yeah.
download of the Freshcut app actually gives me money. It gives Gallant Gaming money, and that money goes a long way to making events like this happen. Obviously, people here know an event like this costs
it's not
quite
cheap.
a pretty
it's not
penny to
cheap
make.
at all.
And we're doing our best to make this event a successful event so we can keep doing these events in the future. So, yeah, if you're watching and supporting this, first off, you're already doing something great by watching and supporting. So thank
Yeah.
you for watching. We had 20K viewers during dubs.
During dubs?
During dubs, right?
Hey,
and
guys,
it's day
yeah, yeah.
one. It's during dub. So, yeah, support the event in any way you can. Watch, tweet it out. Let your friends know, especially if they're not people who normally watch Smash events, right?
Yeah.
One of the big issues that our scene faces is, like, it's sometimes a bubble where
Yeah.
just Smashers watch Smash things.
Sure.
But we're trying to get beyond that. We are hearing quite a bit of audio in my headset, so I am getting thrown off. Production,
You're all good, man. You're all good.
but sorry about that. Yeah, so download Freshcut. Check out the merch shop. Merch shop is open as well.
Yeah.
Tell your friends. Yeah, you did an awesome photo shoot earlier, right? I'm excited for those photos to come out. But the Battle BC merch, our merch shop is going to be open until Tuesday. Start.gg/BOBC/shop. Yeah, honestly, it just means the world for me to see this weekend. It really hasn't hit yet. It'll hit
Yeah.
probably on Sunday when it's all really done. But for the past, like, at least 5 months, first thing I think about when I wake up, last thing I think about before I go to bed is Battle of BC.
Battle of
and
BC, man.
now we're just at Battle of BC. So,
It's almost a surreal experience, man. And I think just watching these events grow, even, having been at Battle of BC events since the very first one,
yeah.
every single year you guys are stepping it up and stepping it up and stepping it up, and especially in a region that is very much as on the come up as the tournaments. West Canada in particular, not super known until very recently with Big D, Ouch, and previously Locust and Captain L doing quite well out
Shout
of
out to
region.
Lemon as well.
Sorry,
Shout outs to Gallant Lemon as well.
Gallant Lemon. Don't
Gallant
forget
Lemon.
about that. But yeah, all doing very well in these events, just kind of coming out of nowhere, almost not out of nowhere, but as big as this event was, you guys got so many cool players. In particular, you know, players like Yoshidora and Mia who have not traveled too much. I think it makes this event in particular really special.
Yeah. One of the really cool things that I really appreciated about Battle of BC is just how many people care about it behind the scenes, right? Everybody on my team inspires me to do even better, inspires and gives me the energy to push through all this because they're all giving their all for it. I'm giving my all because we all fucking love it.
Yeah.
We all freaking love this event. We all broke my own rules
Yeah.
there, but we all freaking love this event and we all love Smash and we all love this community. It truly is a community effort. I feel like everybody from the volunteers to the people even working the venue care so much about the event because they're just as hyped for it as we are, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's our community coming together to put on the biggest event in our scene this year, pretty much,
I mean,
right?
it's crazy. Yeah,
P tier is a crazy thought. I mean, these tiers are arbitrary to me. For me, I just want a lot of people to come in and have a good
just
time.
have a good time, man.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we're at. And I think if we take a look at the schedule here and take a look at what's coming up, we got Tweak Talks, we got Millionaire, we got Zamba versus Big Box, the GOAT. The GOAT.
That's my goat. Triple threat. My right hand, my left hand, part of my brain. You know, triple threat does a ton here as
the
well.
squad's been around forever, man, and
Yeah.
they've been doing it since day one. And so, like I said, doubles is not the end of things. There's more to enjoy.
This is just the start.
From Battle of
That's
BC,
the
there's a
crazy
whole
thing. This is
evening
just
of
the start.
content ahead. Like I said, Tweet Talks, Millionaire, Zomba versus Big Box, and Max versus Max. So don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to be throwing to a very quick break, but when we come back, we've got a lot of great stuff in store for you. So we'll see you then.
Thank you, everyone.